Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway 2. Now, what a huge disappointment. Now, in this video, I'm going to be speaking on the tells Conor was shown before the fight that told the audience, that told us that he did not want to be there. Now, there's some rumours going about, and some people have made videos on YouTube saying that Conor faked the knee injury in the octagon cage. Now, I think that's complete nonsense. But when it comes to lifestyle, when it comes to confidence, when it comes to belief, that is built every day. And like Conor said on the lead up to the fights in the press conferences and in his interviews, the rent is due every day. Now, on the ring walk, right, confidence was shown from Conor, but something was missing. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Now, when he got into the octagon and the lights became bright, you could see everything. You could see his demeanour, his intricate movements, and you could also pick up how he truly felt in the moment. Now, Conor was unsure of himself. Now, if you're an athlete and you're performing, or if you're an athlete and you're performing at the highest level, you need to operate from instincts. You cannot think thoughts when you're in performance, especially in the fight game, especially in combat sports. When you're thinking thoughts the way that Conor was thinking inside the octagon, you don't believe in yourself. Tim Grover speaks on it in his book, From Great to Unstoppable, right? You're in the moment, you let your instincts take over, and you believe in your instincts. And you also believe in the work that you've put in. Now, a 8 to 12 week fight camp is not going to build the belief. It's the lifestyle plus the fight camp that builds the belief. Now, here you have Conor right now, or last night in the octagon, versus when he fought Jose Aldo, for example. Same person, but two different identities. A young, hungry lion who believed in himself, who was sure of himself, who was in the octagon, and you could tell by his demeanour, the way that he was carrying himself, his eye contact, his energy, his focus, that he wanted to be there and he wanted to win. Against Max Holloway 2, the fight that happened last night, he was unsure of himself. He did not want to be there. He felt uncomfortable. He didn't know what to do with his body. He was walking around the octagon with no plan of action. He couldn't look at Max Holloway in the eyes. And when Bruce Buffer announced his name, Conor took a big deep breath, put his hands into the air, and it was this face of disbelief and anxiety and doubt. He did not want to be there. A part of him did, but deep down he knew that he did not put in the required work to fight at the highest level, right? And that's absolutely fine, and that's okay. Now, I'm a big fan of Conor. His past, the place that he came from, the life that he was able to build, the stuff that he used to speak on years ago is inspiring and was inspiring. Who he is now has changed completely, and that's fine. He needs to take a step away from the fight game and build into his new ventures and walk the path of God and walk the path of faith. When you're committed to the path of faith, it's not an overnight success. The stuff that Conor was speaking before the fight, how he's found God, is fantastic. But when you find God, there's still a lot of work that has to be done. And Conor has to walk the path for a certain amount of time. So what happened last night is God has put this challenge in front of Conor. He's lost his fight. Now God is asking Conor the question, the tough question. You've lost this fight when you were following me initially. Now do you have the strength to follow me when you're rock bottom again? Because he's not going to be feeling at his best the next day. And it's as simple as that. He has a tough question to ask. Now, I believe he can do it. But in terms of coming back to the fight game, he needs to call it quits. Because he was a shell of himself in there. He did not believe in himself. Now, let's speak on lifestyle. You cannot party. You cannot drink. You cannot place yourself in the wrong environments and expect to fight at the highest level. At the end of the day, they're athletes. At the end of the day, if you're a young man who's watching this, or you're a man who's watching this and you're in combat sports, you might not be fighting the highest level, but you're still fighting, you're still training with your local gym. It takes time. It takes lifestyle. And Chris Eubank Sr. said it multiple times in his podcasts and interviews that to be a boxer, to be a fighter, it's an everyday thing. You wake up, you train, you eat well, you believe in yourself, you put in the hard miles, you get up when it's raining, you still put in the work when you don't feel like doing it, you train like a fighter every day. You don't switch off from that identity. The issue was with Conor, he switched off for that identity for years. He came in and out of it. Yeah, he was potentially training because he was in good shape for this fight. But before the fight camp, he was dipping in and out of training. He was training out of enjoyment, but he was not training like a fifth fighter should, like a young, hungry lion should be, because he's completed everything in the game. But there's also 37-year-old guys out there, or fighters out there, who are still fighting the highest level because they lived the lifestyle. So men, if you're watching this, right, and you're a young, hungry lion, don't get sidetracked by the distractions, because if it can happen to Conor with the talent and the ability that he had, it can happen to anyone. But also, this is news as well, if the demeanours can change from Conor when he fought Jose Aldo to now Conor when he fought Max Holloway too, and the belief can change from that to that now, then you can change your life as well. It doesn't matter what level you're at. If you're prepared to build the lifestyle that you want, put in the hard work, and look inwards and understand what's going on inside your mind and build that internal operating system, then you can build the demeanour that you want. But it comes down to that self-belief, and Conor was simply missing that in the octagon. Now, men, we have a webinar on the 31st of July, called From Drift to Discipline. Now, we are going to be showing exactly how you can build discipline into your life, truly get into the best shape of your life after years of trying and failing, and start to perform at the highest level, and what it takes to do this for guys that are 30 plus. And we help guys that are 30 plus who look back in their 20s and at a 20s that just never did deliver. Now you're sitting at 30 plus and you're thinking, is this what life has in store for me? I'm here to show you that you can change, that you can get in the best shape of your life, you can perform at the highest level. But to do that, you need to build self-discipline and build the lifestyle and understand what it is that you're trying to build. Now, me as a person, when I watch fights, I like to watch the intricate details, the psychology before and after a fight, and truly what it takes to fight the highest level. And watching Conor has given me a lot of information, and he's shown that he needs to walk the path with faith if that's the line that he's trying to get down. But in terms of fighting, that's not the place for him anymore. Inside the octagon with real live killers like Max Holloway, who are hungry lions, that's not the place for him anymore. And he knows that in the hearts of hearts. And he got exposed last night, right? But that's absolutely fine. He needs to now venture into his next part of his life, his businesses, his family, his faith, if that is what he is going to do. But men, put in the work. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Did you stay up to watch the fight? And let me know what happens next. What happens to Max Holloway? Does he try and go for the rematch? Will Conor think about doing it? Let me know your thoughts. I'm interested. Comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next clip.